All right, welcome back, guys. It's your boy Jacob Jordan, and today we'll be talking about young ballers that I will be investing stocks in for this season as we go into the 2025-2026 season. There's going to be 7 ballers in total that I believe will have great, outstanding seasons, whether it's their first season or if it's their second season or third, despite where they're going through, right? Most of these ballers I think are some of you may know them, especially like the first one that I'm gonna start off with, and you may have heard of the others, whether it's from the Club World Cup or just transfer news. Most football fans are obsessed and know the upcoming young ballers, but these are the ones I'm putting stocks in. These are the ones that I expect to have an amazing season. Starting out with number one, Michael Olise. I'm gonna keep it really honest with you. At first, I didn't see Olise as that guy, but when I saw that our club was interested in him, then I really started to because we already had Cole Palmer that's going amazing at the time, but the club still wanted to get him in to reinforce the right wing spot. So now I was starting to think like, wow, Cole Palmer is having like one of the greatest Prem seasons I've ever seen, and we still want Olise. He must be a baller. So I go and I look at his comps, and bro, Olise is a baller. Ever since then, I started with the comps, and then from then I went down to tactical analysis of his games. From the analysis of his games, then I started watching his game because I started to like just enjoy watching him play. Man, when he's on his game, when he's on his day, unplayable, world beater. Doesn't matter what defense you have in front of Olise, he will punish it, and he's just a joy to watch, man. He's just a joy to watch, man. And I expect him to have a lot more chances, especially with Musiala out for like a good chunk of the start of the season. The most of the excuse me, most of the attacking responsibility is gonna fall on him as well as Harry Kane. Harry Kane's getting older. His movement isn't going to be as sharp, so I expect Olise to be doing a lot of the heavy lifting in terms of offensive threat, and I expect most of Bayern's attacks to go through the right. To be honest, and some of them will, Luis Diaz is there now, but I expect most of them to go through the right. Without a doubt, Olise is their best attacker. Second, the wonder kid, the golden child, Estevão Willian, coming from Palmeiras. He's broken Neymar's record for the youngest player to have, I believe, the most goals and the most assists, or something like that. Some crazy record like that. He broke that record. His nickname has been Messinho due to his dribbling ability. But come on, if you're a Brazilian attacker, we all expect you to have dribbling ability. That's insane. Like we don't like that's nothing new. You know what I mean? In terms of his passing now, that's really where I like wow, like because I've seen most of his columns, they just highlight his goals because he has amazing goals. He scores or he has a great ball striking ability. 3 yards out, he makes it look like a tap in at times. And the variety of finishes from chips to laces, inside foot curlers, doesn't matter. This kid is ready because I hear everyone talking about the Prem's physicality, the Prem this, the Prem that. Brother, do you know what South American football is? Do you know what South American football is? Do you know how physical the Brazilian league is? The type of tackles they give Estevão. Go and look at the type of tackles Estevão had to firm. He could handle the Prem's physicality. Let's relax. He could definitely handle the Prem's physicality. The only thing I have to say is maybe the load on his body in terms of the amount of games he'll be have to play. But we have a good rotational squad, so I expect Estevão to have a really good season because he's not coming into Chelsea 2 years ago. He's coming into a Chelsea squad that's a lot more organized, has a plan for the future, and is ready to now attack the biggest competitions in world football. Let's see what he does. Kendry Páez, Independiente de Valley. Kendry Páez, he's gonna be. This guy was supposed to be seen as Estevão's like partner, not even partner in crime, but his rival coming out of South America. He was the other great right wing talent we're looking at, Ecuadorian, rated by Moises Caicedo very highly. And if you're a Chelsea fan, you know that everyone in the base rates Caicedo highly. So if your game is respected by Caicedo, I don't have to say anything else. I don't have to say too much. Um, Unlike Estevão, his dribbling isn't as dynamic, right? He's more of like a Messi type of dribbler where he doesn't do too much step overs or too much ball rolls. He's more of a feint and using your momentum against you type of player, right? Similar to Messi, that's his dribbling style. Very silky, he just glides through four, five, six players like they weren't even there, like they're transparent, like they're ghosts, specters. Just glides through them. Amazing. Very technical, very high technical ceiling. I think the only reason Chelsea did not keep him on loan is because of the league he played in. I believe if he played in the Brazilian league, he would definitely have a bigger chance at starting for Chelsea. I definitely believe that. I definitely believe that. But this we I did think that Andro Santos could have started for Chelsea, but Chelsea didn't think so, and they sent him to Strasbourg. Strasbourg's gonna be perfect for him. They play the same type of style of football we play. Um, Same type of position. He's gonna get a lot of game time, and he's gonna be in Europe too. So that's great. So I'm probably gonna enjoy watching Strasbourg play next season. I'm probably gonna tune into some of their bigger games. I want to see him against the top French sides like PSG, Monaco, how he does. As well as I want to see him against the top European sides because he should have a chance to play against some strong European sides. Even in the Europa League. Hugo Ekitike. Now this was a striker Chelsea was looking at, man. Hugo Ekitike was a striker Chelsea was looking at. Leipzig, their asking price was a little too high for Hugo, and we didn't end up going for him. But he basically had like a crazy Cole Palmer ish type season in the Bundesliga, but from the striker position. He's a great false nine type of profile, great center forward type of profile, can hold up play strong, even though he looks skinny, very quick on his feet, technical. Like I said, most of these players on the list, they just glide through players. They just glide on the pitch through players. Very good with close control. Hugo Ekitike. I can think he can thrive in most possession-based systems, and his ball striking is pretty. It's like, okay, I was gonna say it's pretty good, but here's the thing: it's a little inconsistent though. It's like when he hits the ball and he gets a good strike on it, it's class, right? But he still has to, iron that out. And with this type of attack he's gonna be in next season, it's gonna be less than a Nico Jackson type of situation where he's the only striker they have because they're going to have Isak. But also, you're going to be surrounded with so much attacking threats that, let's say, you don't have to take the tough shot most of the times. You don't have to make the magic happen most of the times. Most of the times, like, the type of attack Liverpool has, he's going to have tap-ins, a lot of tap-ins. And, sometimes he's going to score an amazing goal, but I don't think there's going to be too much pressure on Ekitike to bang in goals. Once you could keep your conversion rate similar to where it's at right now and not have a crazy drop-off, and I think he has one of the highest conversion rates in Europe, you'll do fine. You'll do fine. He'll do fine. He's great enough. He has enough physicality and technicality to survive in the Prem. All he has to do is climatize and he'll be fine. Fifth. The fifth player I'm putting stocks in for this season. João Pedro. Baller, man. Baller. João Pedro. And the funny thing is, like, when he was coming to the squad, I mostly looked at him as like what? I looked at him as a false 9 type, but more as like a 10, like, because his finishing and his XG, it didn't really look, the stats mainly, they don't look up to par. Why am I yawning so much? What the heck? The stats really didn't look up to par, right? But the more I saw him play against those Brazilian sides, Fluminense, and then he goes and he plays against one of the most informed midfields / informed defenses in the world. Yes, a lot of people want to say, oh, Beraldo stunk up the place, but At the end of the day, he can only really play what's in front of him. And I'm not gonna sit here and act like, oh, most people were still expecting PSG to win. Regardless of Pacho, Beraldo, people didn't care. So don't come using that as an excuse now. After he just chipped Donnarumma with his first shot on goal. Man, I believe now João Pedro's going to have way more chances now. Because you got to remember, he was on Brighton and he didn't really have as much chances. And I don't believe he underperformed his XG, but I could care less about that. I could care less about him underperforming his XG. He's gonna come in here in the Club World Cup. He didn't underperform his XG. He overperformed it. And I believe now with someone with Cole Palmer, you could see that link up between him and Cole. They look like they've been playing for years now, for years. And then you add Xavi Simons. You have Estevão. I already expect him and Estevão to that link up to be symbiotic. And then if not Estevão on the right, you have Pedro Neto on the right. That's another player that can link up. That loves to do cutbacks for his strikers. That loves to set up easy chances for his strikers. Same thing with Xavi Simons. They love to set up easy chances for his strikers. João Pedro is a player that's not scared to go get a header. And he can get great headers. And that's another thing too that we've been looking for in our strikers. We've been looking for strikers that could get on the end of a cross and give us a decent chance, at least a decent chance at goal. And now we have that person. So I don't think Reece might bomb forward as much, but if Reece ever bombs forward, he has a target man to look at for now in João. Same thing with Cucurella. Same thing with Palmer. We know Palmer loves to put in a nice cross, a dangerous cross. And now he's going to have a lot of fun with Pedro making those runs into the box. And he already has Enzo, who loves to box crash as well. So, man, as you can see, there's a couple of Chelsea players I have stocks in because I watch mainly Chelsea, I watch mainly Chelsea. But this season, as I learn more of the state of world football in this beautiful game, because I'm not going to act like I know everything, I may add some players to this list. I may do an update to this list. Or I might take off some players off of this list. It may pay me to do that. But next up, André Santos. André Santos is a player I have my stocks in for this season. When he came into this Chelsea, the Chelsea game against Palmeiras, and then Fluminense, the whole Fluminense game, he did not look out of place. He did not look out of place. That boy, that man, because he has a child now, that man, André Santos is ready for Premier League football. Ready. And the funny thing is, Brazil, like, people like to say, oh, the physicality this, physicality that. Bro, this is a Brazilian player who grew up in the Brazilian league. That league is way rougher than the Prem. Way rougher than the Prem. They got a Joe Linton on damn near every team. So, like, don't come with the physical, all that. Nah, man. He has a technique to survive. He's do great, man. Secondly, last player. Not even secondly. Seventhly, if you want to say. Richard Rios of Palmeiras. Richard Rios of Palmeiras. That's my seventh baller, man. That's the seventh baller I have on this midfield. Central midfielder. He's a bit of a late bloomer. Just came over to Benfica from Palmeiras, but doesn't look out of place. Pure baller, press resistant, passion merchant. You know what I mean? Can link attack to the can link defense to attack. Can also give you switches of play when you need to. Get creative. That's like creative enough to get long balls into your striker if he needs to. Can drive with the ball. He's a complete midfielder, Richard Rios, man. A complete midfielder if you ask me, man. Can do a little job defensively. Baller, man. He against in that Palmeiras game, other than Estevão, he was the only Palmeiras player that did not look like they couldn't handle the team. He was doing great in his duels. Anytime he had a chance, to really implement or to leave a mark on the game, he would. He would leave a mark on the game, man. And yeah, Richard Rios is gonna be at Benfica. Andre Santos is gonna be at Chelsea. Pedro at Chelsea. Ekitike, Liverpool. Kendry Páez, Strasbourg. With Estevão, Chelsea, and Olise, Bayern Munich. I will be keeping tabs on these players, and I will be running my agendas against your favorite players. Let me know if you think this is a bad list. Let me know if you think it's maybe a little too biased. And is there a player that I should invest my stocks into in the comments? Is there a player that's maybe flying underneath my radar that's like, hey, Jacob, look at that guy? Let me know in the comment. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe. Road to 100 subscribers. Get us 100 likes. Love you guys, man. Appreciate all the support you've been showing me so far. To the moon.